Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining back. It's been a while. I think my last YouTube must have been back when I was living in my old place, which was like last year or early this year, so it feels like forever, but thank you for joining and welcome back. This week I am talking all things hair, so I'm going to talk hair loss, when you lose your hair during chemo, and I did, how I coped with it, hair growth, and how I got to this thick mane after I finished chemo. So I guess the best place to start is, for those of you who don't know, I was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma last April last year, and I undertook a chemo treatment called BCOP, which is basically a more intense version than ABVD. ABVD is basically 8 to 12 months of chemo, and BCOP was an intense 3 months, but you have 4 rounds of chemo. You have 8 hours on Monday, 8 hours Tuesday, 4 hours Wednesday, and like 3 hours on Monday, and then you have a 2-week break, and that's one cycle done, and you have 3 more of those. But I've got another video talking about that, so if you're interested, pop on there, it's all on there. And yeah, so basically, I guess I could start with what my hair was like before I lost it. So I'm half Indian, half English, so I had really thick hair, and to be fair, it's growing back really thick as well. And my hair was right down my back, like literally right down my back. So every time I go to a hairdresser, I'd be like, I want a haircut trim, and I'd have about that much off, and that was a lot for me. So I barely ever cut it. I never dyed my hair. I rarely used heat products on it. If I wanted like a different style, I'd just plait it or sometimes use curler, but with like heat thing. Like, I was very precious over my hair even before I lost it, so you can imagine how I am now. So yeah, so I did my first round of chemo, which was, I think, the 3 weeks. Hair didn't change. I was told at the beginning of my diagnosis that I would lose my hair. That's the main question I asked. Like, I was like, let's get started on chemo, and they were saying, have you got any questions? And that was my very first one, because my hair was so important to me. And she said, yes, you will lose your hair. And that was worse than the cancer like diagnosis, in my opinion, because that was like what I thought to be my identity, and I used to like flick it back and play with it all the time. So I was pretty gutted about that, but I thought, right, it's coming up, so you just got to get on with it, get over it, and it will grow back. I was reading a lot about like hair loss and stuff, and a lot of people saying it was the most traumatic thing ever, because they woke up in bed and they just like did this, and like a massive chunk came out, and that did happen to me. But I wanted to ease the blow before that kind of happened. Like, I didn't want to literally find all my hair on a pillow and wake up bald. In my head, that's what I thought would happen. So I bit the bullet, and I basically had my hair cut literally into this length before I even started chemo. So I decided that I'm going to take control of it, and I'm going to cut it into a bob so I can get used to shorter hair. So I did that before I started chemo, and absolutely fell in love with it. Like, if you're thinking about it, do it, because A, it eases the blow, and B, it's a lot easier to maintain and handle. So it was a bob. And then I think it was the first round. I was like, right, I've had a month to get used to the bob. I've done my first round of chemo. I think I might lose it in the second round. She did say, like, the second time you probably will lose it. So I'm going to cut it even shorter. So I had a short back and sides. I'll put a picture somewhere, probably here. I had a short back and sides. So we basically shaved on like a number 2.5, 3, all here, and then I kept the long bit, the top bit long, so I could like flip it over and just style a little bit, so it wasn't like the most dramatic blow. And bearing in mind, this is before I even like lost it. This is just me taking control of this. And then from that style, I remember, one sec. I remember realising the second round was when I was going to lose it, and I had this short back and sides, and I was actually quite poorly, because it was like a massive knock. The chemo is so strong. I was actually in teenage cancer trust ward at the time, so I had my own room, and I remember one day waking up, and I was just stayed there by myself, and before the nurses had come in and done the checks, I thought, okay, I'm gonna pull myself out of bed and have a shower. And I remember just getting in the shower, and nothing had fallen out in bed, And I kind of did this. I think there's like a video on my stories, on my Instagram highlights of this actually, which is, I put it on there because I know people go through the same thing. And I just did this in the shower with my shampoo. And I just remember being like, ooh, it's time. And I pulled out like a pretty hefty chunk from the back. Sorry, from probably the top where it was long. And I was like, oh, okay. And there was that pit of my stomach that felt physically sick because I was like, this is actually happening and I can't stop it. But then I quickly was like, you've prepared for this. So I just didn't touch it in the shower, just left it as it was, and I could see other like little bits falling out around me, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening. And then I was like, stay calm, like you are in control, you are not going to let this defeat you. So I quickly got out the shower. I messaged my family friend who's a barber and said, hi, are you free today? Can you come over and shave all my hair off? Because I feel like I'm losing it a little bit. It's like I can pull it and a chunk will come out. And I just I want to just take control and like feel empowered in this situation of awfulness. And can you shave my hair off? She was amazing. She literally came over like that afternoon. While I was waiting, I put a cap on, and I think she started on like a number 2 all around, and it was pretty short. I'll try and put a picture probably here so you can see. We were just working our way down. So then she basically put it on a 1.5, and I was like, oh, I think that's quite short. And then I think we did a 1 to end it. The taking away that pit of my stomach sickness that I can keep pulling it out, and just getting rid of it all before I had to like endure that, was the most empowering thing. So guys, if you're thinking about it, you're not alone. I've been there, and I can tell you right now, best decision throughout my whole treatment was to shave my hair off, because you feel empowered, like you're taking control of this situation that you didn't have control over. So thoroughly recommend that. So that was it. And then I went under the 3rd chemo cycle with that hair. 4th one, I started losing that hair to where I was actually like full on bald, which I'll put a picture up here. I'm just trying to put pictures up so you guys can like track if you're in the same situation where I was when I was going through it. So I started waking up, and I did have a white pillow. As you know, if you're in hospital, you have the white pillows. I think they should change that to a different colour, like black or grey, because I used to find like my little tiny baby hair strands, like from like what I had left, all over my pillow when I woke up. So it was like strands and strands of hair, and it was just annoying. And I think they should think about that in hospitals in the future to help cancer patients, but bigger problem. I've fed it back though. And so yeah, so that was it. And then it basically started falling out, and I just let it be. Like I again took control, because I started wearing the most amazing wigs, and there's some wig YouTube videos down there, and my stories, which I'll leave my Instagram on after this. My stories have a wig section, I think, on my highlights, sorry. So yeah, wigs were my saviour, because I started wearing pink ones. I felt like Ariana Grande. I bought 2 real hair wigs, which cost me about £1,000. The other one was gifted from Uni Wigs, which are amazing. And I just tried different styles, different cuts, different colours, and I really used that time to almost like rediscover myself and like the styles I liked and stuff, and try things that I'd never tried. So wigs were really good for that. And then I finished my last chemo on the 31st of July last year. Feels amazing. And yeah, it's literally been a whirlwind since. So I'll just take a cup of tea, and then I'll talk about hair growth and what I did. So I didn't lose my eyebrows throughout the whole time of chemo. Like I did not lose my eyebrows, and I was fully preparing to. But a month after I finished chemo, so we're talking about mid-August, I actually started losing parts of my eyebrows. So, and apparently it's normal. So my eyebrows, like they're quite thin now, to be fair. I want to get them microbladed just to make them really like, but like gaps like this and stuff. I normally draw them on, but I thought for the sake of the video, I'll just show you what they're like. But my eyebrows did start falling out, and that was hard for me because I had no hair and then no brows, and that, I'm not a brow expert, so when I drew my brows on it looked rubbish. But I did it, and I just enjoyed it, and yeah, I just thought it's just temporary, just breathe. So they fell out the month after. To help my hair grow, I'm just going to share with you my hair growth routine and what I did. The main kind of theme of this is don't do much, because we have natural cycles in our body and your hair will grow back. It will just take time. But what I wanted it to do is grow back like the thickness I had before. I'm half Indian, and that's why you can see I've got that thickness back. So I started with the basics, which is shampoo and conditioner. So although I didn't have hair, I used, my dad actually kindly bought me some Philip Kingsley shampoo and conditioner. Apparently it's to stimulate your cells in your head, I think, and make your hair grow, and that was really good. So my hair started growing back to baby hair, and I'll leave a little photo here, probably 2.5 months after I finished chemo. So I finished chemo in July, August, September. Mid-September it started coming back, and I'm talking the softest baby hairs I've ever seen. Like, you know when a baby's newborn has got some hair and it's like, oh, so soft. That's how my hair grew back, and I was like, oh my god. And it was like stubs, literally stubs. But I did a photo shoot to help me feel empowered about that. So if you're thinking, oh my god, like I feel like, I felt really like unattractive and just not like my old me, and like I just felt, yeah, not very nice. Like every time I looked in the mirror and had no hair, I was like, I finished chemo now, it's 2 months, why is it not growing back? The frustration was so real, I was so impatient. But I tried that shampoo, I did a photo shoot to kind of like document my hair growth with like one of my mates who's a photographer, and I just used Philip Kingsley, and then when I went out of Philip Kingsley and I started getting the baby hairs, I kind of alternate with Philip Kingsley and Daniel Galvin. So if you can see, I don't know if you can, it's called Daniel Galvin, and basically I bought my first wig off this this like brand, if you like, and it's got no parabens, mineral oil it has, it's just really good and soft to your hair, and it's they specifically create products for people who have kind of lost their hair as well. So, you know, if you don't want to put like a really strong, heavily chemical thing on your hair, I still use this now, by the way, this is your go-to. So 2 months in, I started getting stubs. 3 months in, it started growing a little bit faster. I think it was in October, November, my whole head was covered in hair, which was amazing. But I didn't like it because it grew back this kind of like ashy, sooty grey colour. And my hair was like this, like not jet black, but like super, super dark brown. And it just didn't feel like me. And I was like, this is horrible. Like, if I'm going to do something, like, I want to feel like empowered again. Like, that was my whole consistent theme throughout the whole thing. Like, I want to take control. I want to feel empowered. And so I dyed it platinum blonde. I did. There's the picture to prove it. And yeah, and basically I dyed it platinum blonde because I've always wanted to go that, but my hair was too long to even think about that. I'd never dyed my hair before, and I thought, I mean, it's such a personal experience. Like, I wouldn't go around recommending it because it does obviously kill your hair, but I just wanted to feel empowered, and it just grew out. And I mean, this is my hair now. Like, this is like over a year, like 15 months, 13 months post chemo. So I dyed it platinum blonde. I checked with my hairdresser and he said it's fine, and I loved it. Like, it was literally white blonde. I just felt so empowered and like edgy and cool, and I thought, oh my god, I'm getting my, like, a new, stronger identity back, and it feels amazing. And I just let it grow out. I just kept on with the treatment, like the bleaching. I let that grow out. I think it was like platinum blonde until it had grown about that much. And then it was like the roots were showing, and I quite liked that. I thought that was quite cool. And I think it was in the new year I decided to dye it jet black because it kind of like puts more of the like moisture and goodness back into your hair. So I dyed it jet black, and that was too dark. And by the time I dyed it jet black, like you'll see here, my hair was literally like quite long. It was growing quite fast. And also supplements, I should have mentioned this earlier. There's so much with hair growth and hair loss. I just want to give you all the information so you know. My best friend, first of all, is a nutritional therapist. She's called Sophia. She's like my angel soulmate bestie, and so she believes in holistic natural health, and she has clients who need to grow their hair back, and she'll help them. So she recommended me to these vegan food supplement multi-nutrient antioxidant complex supplements, and they're for hair, skin and nails to help them grow. That's it. I don't think you can see it. I'll leave a link down here so you can see it. It's called Cyto Protect Hair, Skin and Nails. And it's natural, which I like because I don't like all the rubbish stuff. And that I actually started using the day after I finished chemo. I checked with my doctors to make sure, and they were like, yeah, it's fine. So I started taking that, and I still take it now, and I love it. It just makes it really thicken. Like my nails, these are real nails, but they do grow really fast and strong. So where are we? We're in jet black phase. It was too dark, so then I decided to dye it back. I decided to let it grow out. No more dyeing my hair ever again. We have wigs for that, guys. So yeah, so my jet black and bleach blonde days were over earlier this year, and I just let it grow out. And guys, like, I had my first haircut 13 months after I finished chemo. So the trick, if you want to let it grow, is just don't touch it. Like, don't like bombard it with tons of products. I mean, if you've got your own that work for you, by all means, but like, I'm just telling you what worked for me, and like finding a really natural non-paraben shampoo like Philip Kingsley, Daniel Galvin. They specifically specialize in hair regrowth, and I thoroughly recommend them. Like, they're amazing, and I've used them, and my hair is literally like touching my shoulders now, which is crazy, considering I finished last July. But yeah, so that's what I do, and then I just eat really healthy. So I have like my veg every single day. I drink loads and loads of water, and I take my supplements, and I use my shampoo, and that's pretty much it. And then I just cut it. Yeah, I cut it back in, I think it was September time. We're in November, and I finished chemo, yeah, last July. So you just got to be patient, and if you feel like you miss your hair, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've still got 2 of my real hair wigs downstairs, and there's days when I put them on just to feel like, you know, like I've had the little bit of long hair day, but this is so much easier. Like, I don't know how much I'll grow. If I just take my bubble out, actually. Chemo curls as well, guys, are real. I mean, you can't really see now because it's grown out, but I had chemo curls up until a month and a half ago, and they are very real. So this is not straightened. This is literally, I mean, you can still see some of the curls, to be fair. This is literally my hair after one little trim. Oh, there's the chemo curls. Yeah, but you can see the thickness, can't you? I mean, it's heavy, man. And it's very, very heavy. I mean, I kind of thought, like, would a full fringe be cute? No. But yeah, so I had the chemo curls, which were real, and I've never had curly hair like that before. So I was like, right, that's cool. Just learned to style it with like a nice little gel. But yeah, and then if I want to straighten it, I'll straighten it once in a blue moon if I'm going out for a night out, which is RIP, because we are in lockdown. So that was a long time ago. And yeah, and if I want to style it, I basically either get a nice strong hair gel and some hairspray, straighten it, pull it back, so if you can imagine it's like that, and tuck it behind my ears. I do the grip trick, which I posted on my Instagram, but I'll just show you. It's twist and curl, so it's literally like that, and you do that all the way around your hair, so at the end of the day it's kind of like off your face and the long bits are showing. And then my go-to every single day is the trusty hair bubble. It's not long enough yet, as you can see, it's so close, but I can't wait until I can tie it back in a pony. Oh, so close. You can just see the little strands that want to come out. But we're getting there. But while it's not doing that, I just literally take as much as I can from the top, because it's so heavy and I hate it on my face, and just tie in a little bun so it's off my face. But yeah, I hope that helped you guys. I've said a lot of information. I feel like I've just been rambling on, but I know that when I was going through this, I was researching. But yeah, I hope that helped you guys. I feel like I've been rambling on loads, but I know that when I was in that situation of knowing that I'm going to lose my hair, I was looking at every YouTube and everything to try and find someone to relate to. So I'm trying to give you as much information as I can. If you have any questions, like comment on here, or You can follow me on Instagram, which is just here. It's Lauren Fiorenza. And I'm always on there, and I'm always answering questions about people from hair loss to chemo to, you know, anything really. So just, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for tuning in. If you press subscribe as well, I'm going to start doing weekly vlogs as well for all things like chemo or just general lifestyle and stuff. So if there's anything you want to see, let me know. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will speak to you guys later. Bye.